welcome back to another video. I thought I'd start this one off by doing a quick little sketchbook tour because I'm two and a bit weeks into uni now, so I've done quite a bit of work and I wanted to show you what I've been up to. I've finished 2 projects and I'm about to finish another one. I'll do the final piece, probably next thing you'll see in this video. So this first project was for a comic. We had to make a comic about a poem that we chose. I chose this one about bugs, so I was drawing lots of bugs. And then there was one line in the poem which I really liked. Something along the lines of "I stepped on a bug this morning" is what the poem said. Yeah, I was using the ant as the main bug. I just really like drawing ants, and then I was coming up with this idea of showing the ant being stepped on, which is a bit gross, but sometimes I kind of like drawing gross stuff. I drew this really squished ant. Basically I wanted the comic to kind of show it from the bug's perspective. I don't think you should kill bugs no matter, you know, how small they are. Anyway, that's just me. So I wanted to do something which was kind of emphasising the fact that when you step on a little ant, to you it's nothing, but to the ant it's like this massive thing, you know, and it's just this really horrible thing. So I wanted to make a comic which was like, look how gross it is to kill insects, basically. So I did lots of compositions and then I drew the final thing. I'll pop it up on screen. I did a pencil sketch, you can't call it a sketch, can you? I did a finished pencil piece, and then I used Photoshop to add a bit of colour. I didn't go overboard with the colour, just a little bit, because we really didn't have long for this project. I think in total, really, we had like 3 days because we got given the project on Monday and the final piece had to be finished for Friday morning, so it had to be done on Thursday, so that's a lot of days. I'm just got to cover up something. Okay, the next one was we had to document a place and I chose my street. The name of my street is under my hand, so obviously I'm not going to show that. So we just had to document a place, so I was doing lots of drawings of it. Again, doing very quick sketches, staying loose, because a week isn't long for a project. You can't be spending ages drawing one idea, you just got to zoom through them. Got to cover up the name again. And then I went on Google Maps and drew bird's eye views of all the houses. Another sketch that I did, really loose, I liked this, and then I drew it bigger with the entire street, and then used that as the sketch for a big painting that I did. I also did a painting whilst looking out my window. Tried to stay really loose with it, did it on gouache, on like really thin sort of newsprint paper, whatever you call it. Oh, I also made a zine. I'll quickly show you. The drawings in it are, you know, they're sketches, they're very, very quick, but I just wanted to do something which kind of got across more of like the people who live on the street rather than just showing the houses. I wanted to show like the people who live there, so I kind of used my very limited knowledge of this street to kind of show who lived in what houses and just little things that I knew from each house. It's kind of falling apart now, but it got the message across in a quick way, so I was quite happy with that. I quite like this one, showing the family that plays cricket, and then there's someone who plays drums quite a lot on my street, which is quite loud. Although they haven't done it in a while, actually. Then I did my kind of final piece, which was this massive painting. I think it's A1, of a bird's eye view of the street, but painting it as if like just like wonky perspective, and I really like it. Took me 2 solid days. I was painting frantically to get this done. Project number 3, which I'm gonna make a final piece for in this video. It's a project for an editorial piece, so basically just something to go alongside an article. The article I chose is about making outdoor spaces more accessible for people with disabilities. Oh, and also it's kind of half about that, and then the first half is about seeing nature in your home more, and yeah, just appreciating nature within your own house. So I was there's like a mix of drawings here. One's about making nature more accessible, and then one's about just seeing nature within your own house. I did this drawing, which I really liked. I almost did this as a final piece, but I changed my mind. I just think it would take too long to paint in the time. Then I did some thumbnails of that kind of concept, figuring out if I could just come up with anything better. And then I did this, which is going to be my final piece. Really like this idea, and then I did some more thumbnails, just figuring out if I could come up with a better composition. But I did all that work, and I'm just going to do this one because I think it's the best one I've done. So yeah, now you're up to date. Hello. I thought it might be nice to do a bit of real-time speaking whilst I collage. I really don't do this very often. I haven't done this in ages. I usually like to just, as you know, put a bit of background music on and then do the voiceover over the art instead of actually talking at the same time. But we'll give it a go. We'll see how it is. I don't know. This is my final piece for a project. We've had this is like the third week in what will be 4 weeks of just week-long projects. So we're going to have 4 one-week projects. I've already done 2. This is the third. I'll do 1 more after this. So it's pretty quick turnaround for a project. Say a pretty average length. Last year was 3 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks was kind of the usual project length. So 1 week, it's not that much time really, because you've got to do a bit of research, all your development sketches, come up with a final piece, develop the final piece idea, and then do the final piece all within a week. But you know what, I quite like doing quick projects. It forces me to not overthink, because usually I am just overthinking everything, and I have an idea which I think is good, but then because I have extra time to kind of dwell on it, makes me kind of change my mind, and when in reality the first idea was good. So having a time limit where you just got to go with your gut and do it is kind of good. So basically the concept behind this piece, I think I probably already showed you this, but here's the sketch for it. Here was my media test. We're making an editorial piece, which is basically just a piece of art which goes alongside it's basically just a piece of art which goes alongside an article. So the article I chose was about kind of making public places, outdoor spaces more accessible for people who are, for like disabled people who can't, move around as easy. And saying like more needs to be done to make all these outdoor spaces, enjoyable for everyone. So the concept is I've got all these kind of outdoor naturey bits and bobs like parks on top of these really big stilts. Obviously with all these stairs going to it to kind of emphasise the fact that they're not accessible. But as you can see, I just have loads of shapes that are lying around, and it's basically like making a jigsaw, but I have no idea what the finished piece is, and I also make the jigsaw pieces, and there's thousands of possibilities and I don't really know which one looks best, and I just need to move around a piece of paper for 10 minutes before I figure out where I want it to go. The editing makes the collage process look a lot more exciting than it actually is, because literally, how long have I been talking and I've stuck down 3 shapes? That's the reality of it. Or I don't know what to do, basically. This is what gets cut out of the videos, me just doing this for half an hour. Doing that. Oh, I don't know what to do. I feel like this bit of water's too small, but I don't want to cover up anything, because I quite like this. I might try and peel this up. Oh no. That didn't really work. I don't know how I feel about that shape. Let's try more of a circle. Oh yeah, that's better. Oh, that's a bit better. Okay, cool. Happy with that. So I need something to go down, and I've got another bit of land here, and I need to do another pond here that this is dropping into. Okay, so I'd say it's been about 15 minutes and I've done this. Don't look like much at the moment, but hopefully once I start adding like trees and paths, it will make more sense. But at the same time, I'm not too worried about it making that much sense. It's more of a abstract-y landscape rather than like a more precise one. I think my plan for this video is to kind of show you like realistically what's my day-to-day life like doing an illustration degree. I thought I could do something more along the lines of that. Obviously there'll still be lots of art in it. All the art won't be like, because I feel like with a lot of my videos, the art I show is kind of polished, finished things. I never really show any of the sketching. Yeah, but I think my plans for this video is to be, well obviously this is a final piece, but I'll be starting a new project tomorrow to show what a real project kind of is like at the start. I don't know how much I'll record, because I imagine it'll get quite long because it'll be a bit more chatty as usual. So I don't know if I'll film the full week, but I'll definitely film a few days. Yeah, but I wanted to show more of like this stage of a project. Yeah, I just want to show more sketching because I never really show it, and I feel like the idea process and coming up with the concepts is quite an interesting part, which I never show. So hopefully I'll do that in this video, and it'll be a bit more chatty. Oh, my waterfall doesn't line up with my pond. Oh no. Let me rejig stuff. Oh, it's too stuck. My waterfall doesn't line up. Is that okay if I do it like that? Oh no. I need to peel this back up. Does that line up? Okay, that's better. Right, so that's that one done. I've got another platform here, and then a tiny platform here and another platform here. This one I think will be mainly trees, so I need to do lots of circles. I need a dark. Yeah, let's go for this. Is this too much on the brown side? I don't know. Should I find a greener one? I don't know if I have any greener ones with yellow dots on. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Cute. Right, let's do loads of circles now for trees. Circles and triangles. This little circle I've been saving for months. I keep bringing it out thinking I'll find a collage where it'll go nice, and I still haven't found it. I think it's too, I don't know if it's the right sort of colour. One day I'll use it. About that. No. That's quite nice. I like the little dots on this. Oh, I might need to get a smaller pair of scissors actually. I'll use these. So I go in and I'll cut, you cut the negative space of the tree out, and then you have like a little tree. Oh, that looks cute. Okay, I like that. But then you also have like these, which you can put places as well.
Was good. They've done it the other way today, Rob. You've got the information, you've got the intro.
Well, they're doing this face to face, so it's full of chat. It's trending.
It was weird, wasn't it?
I've given them a small business shout out before.
Have we?
Yeah, they're not going to
That's huge. We'll get the blame.
Well, yeah, because that's the first one we've done together, because I did the one show on my own.
Yeah, I know that we've discussed this.
And you're doing Sunday brunch.
Yeah.
Waiting for the entertainer to arrive. It's your daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
And now waiting to be entertained.
3, 2, 1. Treats!
Treats!
We got sent another treats box. Where is it from this time, Dad?
Is it Thailand?
And last time we had one from Poland, and it's really fun to try out new treats from around the world. Ooh, it's already been opened. Treat number 1. Shall we say that you're not good with spice?
Yeah. I'll have to just admit that I'm a lightweight when it comes to spicy stuff.
I've already tried a lot of these. I really like them.
I'm going to try this. It's going in.
I think these are nice.
It's starting to burn a bit. I'm worried about these.
Spicy lobster. Oh, actually, I should probably put up. These are all the food, bits of food included. You want to pause and have a nosy? I wonder if anyone's actually from Thailand right now.
Probably laugh at my lack of spice taking ability.
When I say my dad can't handle spice, I'm really not exaggerating. They're not spicy at all.
I think it'll hit me in a minute.
No, it's literally no spice.
Burning. Definitely.
There's
It's
nothing.
burning now.
Are you serious?
Burning.
I'm really frightened.
There's no spice.
What's this?
I don't think I can have these because I'm vegetarian.
What's
So Dad's the guinea pig. It's squid.
Fish fingers are my limit.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know if they were
Fish.
vegetarian. They should have said. Should have checked. Right.
Ready? Oh! I'm walking to the back of the kitchen, eat that bad. I'm sorry, it's not me milk.
It's just roasted seaweed. I quite like seaweed, so
What, can you eat that?
yeah, seaweed's just like underwater lettuce.
Is it
That's
spicy?
good food, you see that? Mmm, that's nice.
Eating milk.
Spicy. And you know me with spice, I'm not good, so I say it's spicy.
Happy now. I can cope with them.
Give that thumbs up.
Mm.
Oh, close. Go in like that.
Right.
1, 2, 1. Poppy. I've eaten nearly all of them, so
That shows how good they are.
there you go. A full stick.
The whole stick to myself. It's like a sparkler.
What we should do it?
I can't get it. I like the wafer thing. That's one of my favourites. Cope with them. My least favourite was the squid because it's spicy and I just don't do fish.
That's just two things that are bad for Dad. Spice and fish.
Spice and fish.
My least favourite, I'd say probably these. These are my favourite. Really like these, really like these.
Mm.
So thanks again for sending us this box treats. Hopefully you've enjoyed this and it was entertaining. I'm sure it was.
I'm sure you enjoyed me suffering with the spicy things.
I will link stuff below to find this box every month, a different country. 2, 1. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
voiceover is here. I think this is the longest a video has ever gone without there being a voiceover yet. Anyway, it's finally here. So yeah, I went home, I went home. Well, I'm back at uni now. I went home for the weekend and then just stayed a bit because I had a dentist appointment I needed to go to. Anyway, we got given a new project which I was working on whilst I was at home. This one we had to make a pattern about, you could either make it about Halloween, Valentine's Day or Christmas Day, and obviously I chose Christmas because it's the best time of the year. Even before this project started, I was starting to feel a bit festive, so yeah, this project, it really didn't help with that. I just, as soon as autumn hits, I'm just like, boom, I'm ready for Christmas. Bring on December. Anyway, I ended up having to miss a lesson because of my dentist appointment, so this is me just catching up on what I was supposed to do in that lesson. So we had a workshop where we were coming up with designs that we were going to make on like cut into rubbers to make stamps. Rubbers, erasers, I call them rubbers. Anyway, yeah, so this is me just coming up with random designs all to do with Christmas of what I could slap on these rubbers, trying to keep them quite simple. I did another page of designs, but trying to, I don't know, hone in on just one idea. Anyway, so this is what I came up with. We had to cut them into rubbers. I had, I think, 4, and I ended up doing them on 3 of them. I did them like double-sided, so I thought I might as well just utilise as much of this rubber as I can. I didn't really have the best cutting tools. I used just this craft knife, I don't know, is that what you call it, Stanley knife, that I found in the garage from my dad's toolbox, and I was using that to cut into these rubbers, and I was just using the ink pad that I used to stamp on my envelopes from my Etsy shop. Came in handy actually. I thought I'd go for quite like a wintry snow sort of theme, seeing as I had blue ink. It seemed quite fitting, so that was my theme. Yeah, and then what you'll see me doing later on is I tried to make a bunch of patterns using them. They call them like workshops at uni, like when they get to do like all these little tasks, just to kind of get us thinking about patterns. And yeah, and then I didn't really show much of this project because it was just, there was a lot going on. It moves very quick, and I just wanted to get drawing because I was feeling a bit behind, because obviously I'd missed a bit because I was at home and getting distracted and I had the dentist appointment, so I was just like zooming, drawing like mad to try and catch up. So quite a bit of time has passed since I last videoed anything. Last thing you saw me doing was all those stamp patterns. Fast forward and I finished the project now, so I thought I'd just show you what I did. You saw me drawing these, and then I did all these stamps, which I really enjoyed. Hopefully you liked watching that. Yeah, I did loads on all those loose sheets as well. And then I started to try and figure out like how can I actually make a pattern out of all these ideas. So I was coming up with like maybe a naturey sort of pattern, or like all these interlocking robins, but then I remembered that the pattern had to include the theme of self-care somehow, which I completely forgot. So I was like, this doesn't really show self-care at all. So I started to draw all these cute mice, because I went on a big scroll of Pinterest before I did this project, and I made a mood board, and I kept seeing these like all these really cute felted mice, little tree ornaments popping up, and I thought, oh, that's just too cute. So I decided to draw a bunch of mice, and plus because it had to be like self-care themed, and for me, like I don't do baths and face masks and all that, so like self-care to me is just like hanging out with my family and, you know, doing a bit of baking. So I thought I'd go for that theme instead. Yeah, so I really liked all these characters. I was like playing around the scale, like maybe the mice are helping to decorate like a human-sized tree, so all the baubles are like much bigger than them, and then I was trying to like place them within like the scene of a tree, but it was just too busy, and I thought like it would be too much work to paint the background as well as the characters when all I have is one day to paint it all. So then I was thinking maybe I could do like a white background and have it all be like snow themed, because that'd be much quicker to paint, because obviously it'd just be a white background. And I do think these guys are cute, but I don't think they're as cute as these guys. I really like the ornament idea, and also like these cookies are so cute.
Then I started to like just place them all like within a composition. I really wanted to do this like kind of patchwork idea where they're all like in a little square like this, where are rectangles, they all slot together like little scenes, but realistically just in the time limit I just can't do that. I did do a colour mock for it, I'll pop it up on screen, but yes, realistically I don't have the time to paint that. After this I'll pop them all up on screen. I did a bunch of just playing around on Photoshop with, I can't remember what it's called, but there's a tool in Photoshop which can help you make a repeat pattern, so I did that with all these drawings that I did. Played around with a few ideas and settled on this one, which I'll pop up, and then it just was time to get painting, so I'll show you what I painted. I went into uni to paint these, so there's no distractions. I went to uni, had my headphones in all day and I was just painting. I light boxed them, and then it took me about from, let's say, 10:30 till 4 o'clock-ish to paint all these. So I painted these guys, which I think are really cute, and then these are all like the extra bits and bobs, like the space fillers I suppose here. So then what I did is I scanned them in, spent way too long colour correcting them and cutting out the shapes, and then I rearranged them into that pattern design, and here's my finished piece. I think it's so cute. What I want to do is I'm going to print it off, and then, well, I mean, I've already printed it off, but I'm gonna like get a little box and I'm gonna like wrap it like wrapping paper and find a little ribbon and tie it and do like a photo shoot with the wrapping paper. It's gonna look so cute. I also did a green version, which I like, but because, I mean, I tried my hardest to cut these shapes out, but then it's not the best. You can kind of see like a white line around some things where I didn't quite cut the shape out the best. So I just think it doesn't look as clean, although I do like the green. So when I do the photo shoot, I'll do it with both wrapping paper designs. But yeah, that's been my week. I hope you've enjoyed this video. You've seen quite a lot. You've kind of seen the end of one project and the start of another project and the kind of two final pieces. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll try to film whatever I get up to next, but it's pretty busy, so I don't know when you'll next see a video. Thanks for watching and goodbye.